This video is lesson 6.1, ratios. We're on page 149, and there is an essential question. How do you use ratios to compare two quantities? Let's go ahead and take a look at the Explore activity. We will introduce the word ratio. We will read the directions, and then I will ask you to pause the video and try questions A through D. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities. It shows how many times as great one quantity is than another. This word right here, times, tells us that we're going to be solving these using the operation multiplication and sometimes division, because we're showing how many times as great one quantity is than another. For example, the ratio of star-shaped beads to moon-shaped beads in a bracelet is 3:1. We have an image right here of 3 stars for 1 moon. Now please pause this video, read, and try to solve questions A through D, and when you're finished, you may resume the video to check your answers. Okay, have your pencil ready, and if you made any mistakes on questions A through D, please fix them. Question A reads, write the ratio of moon beads to star beads. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get question A wrong at first, and then show you what I was doing and help you fix it. So let's pretend I wrote the answer 3:1. And you can write a ratio using the word 2, or you could write a ratio using a colon. Now 3:1 kind of looks right because it matches the picture. For example, there are 3 stars and there is 1 moon. But the answer is actually incorrect. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to reread. Maybe you're not sure why that's incorrect, but I'm going to ask you to reread. I'm going to highlight 2 words here in question A. It says, write the ratio of moon beads to star beads. So even though my picture shows the stars on the left and the moons on the right, I'm supposed to list the moon first. So the ratio is not 3:1, it's backwards. It's 1 to 3. Question B asks you to write the ratio of moon beads to all the beads. Well, again, there's only 1 moon, so I'm going to write a 1. And this time I'm going to use a colon. It doesn't matter. You can use the word 2 or the colon, and those are interchangeable. This time it's not 1 to 3, because how many beads do I have? Well, you can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 total beads, including the moon. So the actual answer is 1 to 4. 1 moon out of 4 total beads. 1 to 4. All right, question C. If the bracelet has 2 moon beads, how many star beads does it have? Well, if you go to your picture, it doesn't have 2 moons. It's got 1. But we could make our image show 2. We could just take this and double it. Now our image has 2 moon beads. How many stars does it have? It has 6. What I want you to recognize is that to answer question C correctly, you need to notice that you needed to take your image and you needed to double the moons. And with ratios, if you double one part of a ratio, you would need to double the other part of a ratio. So that's how I'm actually getting 6 stars, is I took 1 moon and doubled it to get 2, and then I took my 3 stars and I doubled it to get 6. Alright, so let's go ahead and check question D. I need to move this up just a little bit to make sure we can see everything. And question D reads, if the bracelet has 9 star beads, how many moon beads does it have? Well, right now, you can't see 9 star beads. We could do the same thing we did earlier and copy our image. Or the other thing I could do is just ask myself, how would I get from 3 stars to 9 stars? I don't have 9 stars, but it says if I did. And mathematically, we simply would multiply the number of stars by 3. And like I just said, if you multiply one part of a ratio by 3, you have to multiply the other part of the ratio by 3. So the answer would be 3 moons. And then I'll help you with the how do you know. I'm going to write 3 moon beads because and one simple way of explaining it is just maybe describing what math problem I did. 3 moon beads because we tripled both 3 and 1. And that's what I did. I showed my work. I tripled the number of stars to get 9. Therefore, I had to triple the number of moons to get 3. And so the answer is 3 moon beads. turn the page here. And questions 1 and 2, at this point I want you to pause the video. I want you to read questions 1 and 2. I want you to try your best and resume the video when you are ready to check your answers. You should have read and attempted questions 1 and 2 at the bottom of page 149, and at this point now you are just watching the video and possibly revising your answers if you like what I have to say. So question 1 reads, write a rule that you can use to find the number of star beads in a bracelet when you know the number of moon beads. There's a second question there that I'll read in a minute. It's too much to read. It's too much to think about to try and find the answer to both of those. So I'm going to reread number 1. Write a rule that you can use to find the number of star beads in a bracelet when you know the number of moon beads. So I'm trying to figure out the number of stars. So I could just start my sentence and then I'll kind of think through my answer. To find the number of stars, and now I want to go and look at my image. So let's pretend I do the number of moons. Well, if I have 1 moon, I have 3 stars. What if I doubled that? Now I have 2 moons. How many stars would I have? 6. What if I did that again? Now I have 3 moons. How many stars is that? 9. What do I notice? If I have 1 moon, it's 3 stars. 2 moons is 6 stars. 3 moons is 9 stars. What if I did it one more time? 4 moons is 12 stars. You should actually notice that every time I increase the number of moons, I increase the number of stars times 3. Let's pretend I had another moon. It would be 5. I don't have the image here, but let's pretend I had 5 moons. How many stars would that be? Well, the quick way to get that is just to multiply by 3. 5 moons times 3 would be 15 stars. And that's the rule. To find the number of stars, multiply the moons by 3. That's all you have to do. So the second question is just the opposite. It says, then find a rule that you can use to find the number of moon beads when you know the number of star beads. Well, I think I'm about to undo this right here. Undo my image just a little bit. Let's not do an image on this one. Let's just pretend that I knew that I had, I don't know, 18 stars. Let's pretend I had 18 stars here. Well, how would I get from 3 stars to 18 stars? I would have multiplied that. But if I have a bunch of stars, how can you figure out the number of moons? Well, the opposite then would be just simply to divide. So if you know the number of stars, you would divide by 3. So, I think I might have said that right. If you know the number of stars and you want to find the number of moons, you're going to simply divide. So I'm going to write to find the number of moons, divide by 3. And this example I just gave right here, if I had 18 stars, if I divided that by 3, I would get 6 moons. And that should make sense because that would be, I realize I wrote moons very messy there, I'm sorry. That would be 6 rows, and 6 times 3 would be 18 stars, and 6 rows would be 6 moons. So if you know, to reread it, to find the number of stars, multiply the moons by 3. To find the number of moons, divide by 3. All right, one more question on this page. Number 2 reads, write a rule that you can use to find the total number of beads in a bracelet when you know the number of moon beads. So let's go back, and this one, if you read it carefully, you realize this one's not saying that if you know the number of moons, you need to find the number of stars. It's saying if you know the number of moons, find the total number of beads. So this one is counting the moons included. For example, for every 1 moon, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 total. So if you know the number of moons, you can multiply the number of moons by 4 to find the stars. Multiply the moons by 4. And I realize that's not the best sentence we've ever written, but they didn't give us a lot of space. But the concept is there. We're multiplying the moons by 4.